Good morning, welcome back to the DanGoesOutdoors YouTube channel. As always, if you haven't seen my videos before, feel free to subscribe if you like what you see. And yeah, thank you to everyone who subscribed recently, because during the pike season my channel does kind of pick up a bit. It seems to have greater international interest, which is really good for me. But yeah, I'm out doing it again, and I haven't fished for about 2 and a bit weeks, so I've been really keen to get back out. And I'm on one of my new club's stretchers, so I've joined another club if you didn't watch my last video, and I'm just out exploring their bits. And this is kind of what I was hoping for, a nice big deep wide slow river that I can get into and hopefully catch a big pike. That's what I'm after. So I've come here, I've put a herring close in and a lamprey out there. The lamprey was massive. It's like a little black mamba thing, I tell you. It was asking me to go premium, and it was wincing at me. But yeah, there you go, that's my baits out. And yeah, I always say on my pike fishing videos, if you recognise the stretch, if you recognise the swims, please keep it out of the comments. We don't want to put too much pressure on these venues, and also we don't want to annoy anyone or step on anyone's toes. It's really hard to balance the need to sort of make, and for people out there to watch videos, with not wanting to annoy people by kind of blowing a lid on all the venues. But you know, I always think you can't have it both ways. You can't want to watch videos but also not want them made where you fish. And also, if you recognise it, you've probably been here before anyway. But yeah, let's not go down that road, rant over, tidy this mess away. And yeah, I'm loving this swim. I feel like I could spend a good hour here at least. Well, that big phallical lamprey has done the work, so we've got a decent fish there. Might be a double, maybe not quite, but I think I might weigh it anyway, because yeah, it's a lovely fish and didn't take too long. We're only been here about 20 minutes, half an hour. Get on. Nice little hat rest there. Always nice when the hooks come out in the net, then you don't need to worry about it. That's early striking. I think the fact that it's quite a big bait, the fish haven't really got it down it yet. But I'm going to put my neck on a line and say this is another double. Give you a quick show, and then we'll get it in a sling. It's covered in leeches. Oh yeah, you are going wild. Let's have a look. There she goes. Whoop. Get your back down. Try and lay it out a bit. I don't like putting all the weight on the chin. But that's a nice fish. Let's weigh it then. See what we've got. Must be a low double, that 10-11 pounds, something like that. Got to remember to smile. I'm so serious in these moments where, you know, I am quite motivated by the numbers and everything, and I do like to catch big fish and know over 10. Yep. Oh. Oh. Dead on 12 pound. So far my average from this river has been all doubles. All doubles, baby. All Michael Dublays. Brilliant. Oh, it's quite lively, this one. at you. So there's our 12-pounder. Nice, very nice. Didn't really fight much, but you know, I don't mind that because the hook came out of the net, so it's quite lucky, I suppose, it didn't fight much. Well, that's awesome. Let's look at the other side and try and not hold it by the chin if I can. It'll look better anyway when you don't have your hand in the gob. That's just me. Keep nice and low when I do this. 12 pound off the mark on the new stretch. Real long walk up here, and yeah, that's pretty awesome. 12 pound for our first fish from here. Right, a few pictures and we'll get this one back. That's a lovely fish. Get on. It's a double every session this year. Man. Yeah. Well, in all the fun, I lost my lamprey, but that's fine. Quite happily swap a lamprey for a 12-pound pike, even though they are pretty expensive. They definitely work on rivers, especially these rivers up here where lamprey definitely run in them. I've seen them myself, so they're definitely in there. I'm gonna try roach this time, although I actually think this one is more of a rudd. And in fairness, the pack did just say coarse fish, not necessarily roach, but doesn't matter. One in the root of a tail. God, that is hit some bone or something, but I mean, it stays on, I guess. And the other one down the side. Do still have a double treble rig on this. On the other rod, I've got my single hook and treble combo. Still undecided on which way to go with the rigs, but yeah, that'll work. I've got plenty of fish on that this season, and since I caught that fish a little bit further out, once I've recast this, I'll wind this one in and put that a little bit further out as well. That was in some snag or something there. Well, I'm going to get on the move. This swim's not done me any more bites, and although it looks like the sort of place that I'd spend a good morning in, or at least an afternoon or something, but yeah, I really want to explore today, so wind in, get on the move. I'm not sure where I'm going to go yet. I'll just keep walking till I see something I like. Okay, I'm on the move from this swim. I only gave it, well, not even an hour, because every time I recast, or even when I made my first cast, I could feel snags and that out there, and I just got stuck and had to do the old wind it round a branch to pull it out, and yeah, I'm just not feeling it, so we'll move on before I lose a load of rigs and that. See what I meant? That just pinged out of some sort of snag then, I don't know if you saw it. Well, no bites here, so on the move again, of course. Well, I was going to sit in this swim and enjoy my lunch, but unbelievably, I've forgotten to get my sandwich out of the fridge, so absolutely fuming about that. And yeah, at least it means I've got lunch ready for tomorrow, but I would have enjoyed it here. It's a nice chicken breast sandwich. Really annoying. Anyway, I'm in this swim. It's my fourth swim of the day. I'm just using one rod because it's a little bit tighter, and it feels a bit shallow as well, so don't know if I'm going to give it too long. I mean, I've already walked ahead of myself and picked out one last swim to see the day out in, and that'll do me. It's interesting, I've had no bites since I was in that first spot, and I haven't kind of really fancied any of the other swims as much. So, you know, there's loads of spots up and down here. Maybe I'll just need to come back and fish some different ones, and then I'll get those deep, long drops that just flood down. You know, they're what I really like on rivers, where it's swinging back towards you forever and you think, is it ever going to touch the bottom? And it finally does with a crack, and it's like, oh man, you can just imagine pike working up and down that. But anyway, I haven't really found that as much up and down here, but you never know. We'll give it a try, and we can always come back another day, can't we? We've caught a double, so shouldn't grumble at all. Well, I'm just eking out the last of the daylight today. I've enjoyed a really nice sunset. It's been one of them proper nice winter scenes out here. But yeah, I haven't had any other bites, and I've enjoyed fishing this stretch. It's really nice out here, but I think I got the swim choice wrong a little bit. I've only fished maybe 2 swims today that I'd fish again. The rest just haven't really felt like proper pike swims and been really snaggy. You know, I've lost a rig and I've had other rigs kind of get stuck, and I've had to do the old wrap it around a branch and pull thing. But yeah, I think I'll avoid them. Still a lot of scope down here, a lot of swims I haven't fished, and yeah, if I come back, at least I'll have the knowledge from today. So I'm not sure if I'll call this a video on its own or if I'll put it into another day's fishing. Depends how long it takes for me to get back out on the bank. But yeah, I am very happy to have caught that fish at the start of the day. It just would have been nice to have had something since then. Well, you know, who knows? Probably got another 10-15 minutes, but yeah, I'm gonna get out of here soon. That's my rod's out. It's 10 days later and I haven't gone to one of my new club stretches. I've decided to stay a little bit closer to home at a stretch I know already. It's one of the motorway stretches that you've seen me fish before. And yeah, it's a little bit closer to home because I'm having to pick up Sophie and Stanley later. Sophie's down at her dad's house, down in old London way. So she's picking up from a train station later, which means I can't be miles away from home. So I've come here for a few hours. We'll see if we get a bite. I haven't fished here since earlier on in the season. I had a session and caught a few. So yeah, happy to be back. With a bit of luck, we'll catch something bigger than we did last time. And yeah, I just really want to get on a bit of a roll, you know. We've had a double figure fish every pike session for the last 3 or 4 sessions now. And it'd be great if we could continue that streak, imagine. But yeah, everything's out, tidy away, got 3 or 4 swims to fish on my way back to the car. And yeah, hopefully we'll bump into a fish or two. Yup, pulled out on the left-hand rod. We've got one. That didn't take long, about 20-30 minutes. Left on rod on a mackerel that I didn't put too far out and just really went off that bite. Whew. Here we go. Now something very interesting has happened here. As I said, I caught this fish on a mackerel. That's a sardine, and a relatively fresh sardine. So someone's been fishing here already. Someone's been sleeping in my bed. I'll have to check if this fish has got a trace in it then, but I'm kind of guessing it's just spat it up. But mine was barely in there. I don't think we're looking at a double here. I think it's close. I think we're about 8 or 9. But let's get it up and show you. There we go. I'm going to say close to double figures, more like 9, maybe 8, something like that. Yeah, it's definitely been caught recently. It's got a bit of abrasion on its side there, so I won't mess it about. I feel a bit bad for this fish. Bit of a mug, really, getting. Well, I mean, it doesn't mean say it got caught on that bait. It might have just picked it up, you know. That's cool though. And we're off the mark. Lovely. No pictures or anything. We'll just admire this one in the moment. Take it back. Take it back. Put it back. I'll have a refund, please. Yeah, interesting catch that, and shows that someone was definitely fishing here over the weekend. So a quick run through the rig because I forgot to show it in my last video and when I was last out, you know, on the other stretch. So we got nice strong braided mainline, a running link there, big eye swivel at the top, so yeah, the braid can pull through it really easily. A flat 3-ounce lead that just holds out there nicely. little running rig bead there that's kind of like a tail rubber that has a bit that the swivel can sit on. I kind of like that. It definitely cuts down on tangles, gives it that standoff effect. See how the lead and everything is kind of pushed away from the trace. Again, prevents tangles. About 18 inches of 30-pound wire, and then that one was on my single and treble combo, and I've got a lot of confidence in that now. I'm pretty sure I'm gonna switch to that on all my traces. And that was on a mackerel, and yeah, very interesting that it either spat up that sardine or still had it in its mouth. And incidentally, I thought, oh, it could be a double. I'll just give it a quick weigh. I just weighed it in the net, and it went 13.5 pound. I then weighed the net afterwards, and it's 4.5 pounds, so that fish was more or less 9 pounds, which is good because that's what I estimated it at. So pretty happy that my estimations are in line with what they actually weigh. What's going on there? Stuck in something. Found something out there. We were lucky there. That fish went solid in something like proper solid. I thought it was game over. I thought maybe when I struck the fish let go of the bait and then the trebles went into a snag perhaps, but it felt that solid. But I changed the angle, I went left and then I went right, and when I went right I felt something give a little, so I pulled a bit harder, and then just going that sort of from slack to tight, and then boom, we were clear of it. So yeah, patience is always better. Don't just pull for a break straight away. If you do, you've then lost the option of waiting. So yeah, at least use that option first and then see what happens. Not a bad fish. If the last one was 9 pounds, we're probably looking at 6 or 7 here. Got the single hook in the corner of the mouth. Hopefully the treble's not far behind, but it can't be, can it? Move that away. Have a look, see. Yeah, just at the back there. So, free of that, can't take the tension off that one. yeah, maybe I've overestimated this. £5 we'll give that. Still pretty cool though, nice to get some bites, and nice to land it at the snag as well. And now I know there's a snag there. Might explain why we're getting some bites, because I wonder if the fish are sat in that snag and then coming out and grabbing my bait. That's awesome though, right? Let's get it back, I'm well chuffed. Just nice to be getting bites, isn't it? Well, not my most graceful release, I'll admit, but I can see it going down the shelf there. Well, since I was planning on only really giving this swim another 20 minutes, half an hour max, I lost my mackerel, so I've just put that sardine on and I'll just flop that out there and see if that does anything for the last little bit we're here. I'm just going to move now, only about 20 yards to the left there. There's a gap in between some trees that seems to have been cleared a bit through probably through the floods and the yo-yoing of the rivers over the past few months. But yeah, I've never fished it, but it looks like, you know, I could drop a couple of rods in there for half an hour, see what happens. Well, nothing in my second swim. It was really just a bit of a stop on the way to the next one. So we'll give it a try and probably see the session out in this next spot. That's me set up in my third spot. As I said, I'm probably going to see the day out here. I've only really got another 2.5 hours, something like that. And I did sneak ahead of myself when I was moving swims and chop that sardine up and chuck it in here. So hopefully there's some fish waiting for me. If not, we've caught 2 really nice fish already, but it would be nice to make it 3 or 4. One good one would be good. Right, I'm going to be a bit naughty and sneak one last move in. I've got a little bit longer than I thought I had, so I'm going to try one last swim, give it maybe 45 minutes to an hour there, and then head on my way. It's turning out to be a lovely day out here. You can definitely tell that spring is in the air, but that also says it's another pike season where I didn't catch a 20, so let's keep our fingers crossed it happens, you know. We've had a good one now, haven't we? even that one last swim couldn't sneak me an extra fish out, so I'm going to wind in and get out of here. I am just bumping my way out of here now, and yeah, lovely session that was. And to tie it in with the session we had at one of my new stretchers is really, really good, and I'm happy with that. That I've gone to somewhere I've never been before and caught, and I've come here to one of my old stomping grounds and had a decent day as well, considering it was such a short session. You know, in fact, it was so short, my coffee in my car is still pretty warm. So yeah, really happy with that. And you know, it just sort of drums home the importance to me of having lots of spots I can go to in my head. I've got this kind of network going of areas I can go to depending on the weather, the time I've got, things like that. And it means that I'm bumping around the place. I'm not over fishing one stretch, and hopefully I'm bumping into more fish along the way as well. Yeah, so really happy with that. Thank you for watching. You know, a lot of you stay tuned and stay subscribed for the pike videos, and there won't be that many left because spring is on its way. But you know, in the meantime, I'll get out a couple more times, and yeah, maybe we'll catch a fish or two. Subscribe if you haven't already, and yeah, I'll see you next time. Oh God, Jesus.